What's up guys, it's Brandon Childs. Today I'm going over an exercise called the ball high-low plank. Now just like the regular high-low plank, this is going to help teach you how to engage and stabilize your core while generating frontal force through your arms. But now when you add in the ball, you're now creating this more dynamic surface to challenge your central nervous system to expose and correct any kind of imbalances that you may have by using the wrong muscles when doing this activity on the flat surface. Now this version has a direct application to sports such as wrestling or blocking in football, to where now you're working against another person. You want your body to know how to engage and react appropriately so that you don't get put on your ass. It also applies outside of sports when you're trying to move around heavy objects on an unstable surface, like moving around some big furniture on a dolly or something. Sometimes those things don't always go straight. You have to know how to appropriately engage your body to keep it centered, to keep yourself from having some sort of accident. So for the ball high-low plank, you want to obviously make sure that you're comfortable doing a regular high-low plank, keeping yourself nice and centered before you transition to here, because it's going to be a lot more challenging. So there's two ways to do it. The easier way is with your feet on the ground, elbows on the ball. So when you go to set up on the ball, the first thing you'll notice is that you're definitely going to want to rest on your elbows as much as you can. Do your best to try to keep a lot of the pressure more in your forearms. You don't want it too far down your wrist. It's going to make it a lot more challenging. But you don't want to just sit on your forearms like this, because then it puts you in a position where it's a lot harder to engage your abs, and you're going to be kind of feel in a slump down position, not really getting any work in your core. So once you get set up, you want your forearms about shoulder width, maybe a little bit closer, because now you are on the ball. It's going to be a lot more challenging to keep yourself centered. And then from there, go a little forward, yeah. So all the way to my forearms as much as I can. Same principles apply. You want your feet slightly wider than your hips and shoulders. And then you go to push up on the ball, and as you can see, the ball, this is a very unstable surface. So I really have to engage my arms, my shoulders a lot more to keep myself nice and centered. So what you'll notice is when you go to push up with this arm, the ball is going to want to roll this way. You really have to engage and stabilize your shoulder to keep it nice and centered. You don't want to over push to either direction, because obviously the ball is going to roll out the way. Same thing when coming down, forces you in a position where you really have to engage all these little muscles in your shoulder and throughout your arm and your abs to keep it nice and centered. Now the more difficult way to do it, the more realistic way, is basically elevating your feet on a bench or a level surface. But whatever you choose, you want to make sure that you're still able to get your feet nice and wide. So I'm setting up on the bench. I'm here. Now you can see I'm a lot more flat. I'm not getting that kind of elevation in the front of my body where it's a little easier. So here, same thing, going up and down. It's okay to move around and wiggle a little bit, as long as you keep your pelvis up in the front and you're not sinking down into your lower back. You want your hips high and your pelvis up. Abs engaged, trying to stay centered as you possibly can. If you find that to be too challenging, or regular high-low planks are too easy for you, you can always practice on a Bosu. Obviously it's not going to be the same as the ball, because now it's not going to roll around, but it creates a little bit more of a dynamic surface to where you have to have a little more shoulder stability, and it works your wrist a lot more. So this is a great transition to practice before you go straight into the ball. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you have any questions or requests, make sure you leave them in the comments so that I can continue to make content that will bring out your ultra instinct.